Hello, hello, hello. This is Dave Jose. This is 5 Minutes to Freedom, video number 15. At least I think it's 15, so it's going to be 15. All right. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is the real store notice that we put out. I want you to see some of the strange things that happened, including the governor backing out of his so called order that now he says he didn't have to do certain mandates like masks and stuff. So, what I want to do is take you guys through the letter or the notice that we sent out. I want you to see a real person who went to Sophia Zori's class where we discussed the Constitution and how we can stand up against tyranny. And I want you to see the real response that came back to him and the shookness, if that's a word, that the people over at Sprouts had based on what was sent. So let's check it out. Let's dig in. Let's have some fun. First of all, I'm going to show you guys something from a Maxim of Law book. We're going to go to 51Q. A frequent recurrence to fundamental principles, that means taking the government back to what the fundamentals are, and a firm adherence to justice, virtue, and original law, that is the law that's in the Declarations of Rights, the Bills of Rights, are indispensably necessary to preserve the blessings of liberty and good government. If we want good government, we have to make sure they know. Now, let's look at the last one. As usurpation is the exercise of power, which another has a right to, so tyranny is the exercise of power beyond right, which nobody can have a right to. So guys, when we know that they're doing things that are outside of the law that we never granted them authority to do, that's what we need to focus on. We don't need to talk about science. We don't need to talk about health benefits. We don't need to talk about any of that. Just show them that they never got the authority to do this. We never granted that power. And that's why our notices are so powerful. Let's look at 51O. All political power is inherent in the people by decree of God. Thus, none can exist except it be derived from them. Guys, people are acting like they have power that we never gave them in the Constitution. This is why we got to slow down, take them back to fundamental principles. Say, let's look at the fundamental law. I need you to show me where we granted you this. And if you can't show me where we granted you this, you must not have it from us. Now, let's look at the notice. All right, so if we look here at the top, it says notice to stores and employers created under authority and power of the people. So right there, guys, we are showing and giving notice to the head man at Sprouts. His name is Jack something. This picture is very fuzzy, so I can't see it all the way. And this was a Phoenix Sprouts. We can see the gentleman at the crossed out who actually sent out the notice. You can see the top of the notice. It says notice to agent is notice to principal. Notice to principal is notice to agent. That means if anybody gets this, everybody else is accountable as well. It says this document is being given notice for all employers and corporations of any type that are enforcing mandates, social distancing between family members and or rules that interfere with the free exercise of use or expression of religion in the above named store or company. Okay, I'm going to just fast forward. So we see that we're giving them notice. We're telling them what we want them to do. We're letting them know in the next paragraph that any company that is doing business in the 50 states are doing it because the people have given them power in the Constitution. Now, this isn't even my latest or most powerful notice. It only has a few things in there. But let's look. We got Public Law 88 I think it's 342, which is the one that shows public accommodation. Everybody gets access to the stores and all that good stuff. So we're letting them know that we get public accommodation. My new notice has way more fire because it talks about public accommodation from the state. It talks about the state constitution and how we create them in the state constitution. So that one did some devastating work, and people believe that it may be the reason why Ducey decided to call all the mask mandates within 4 days. Okay, so here is the email from Sprouts. We're reaching out regarding the attached notice you sent us. Notice it wasn't my best notice that hits them with a ton of fire, just a little stuff. Please be advised any future communication or correspondence should be directed to this email address. Regarding our face covering policy, Sprouts requires all individuals to wear face coverings while inside our store to protect the health and the people in the store. The well-being of our members is utmost priority to them, right? If you're unable to wear a face mask or covering under the ADA, we offer the following accommodations. So we hit them with Title II, And what they did was respond and say, oh no, we accommodate you. We'll send a personal shopper. We'll do this or do that to make sure that you get all of your items. So that rather than kicking people out the store, being mean, they realized we hit them with the law and they responded immediately. And this is what we got. Now we realize they usually just kick you out the store. They're done with you and they tell you to move on with your life, call the police, right? But now we've called in, we put them under the obligation to deal with us because we have given them notice. Now, this isn't my new affidavit that has everything in there from the state constitution showing how we control them, but they probably got these notices already, so they're already telling us we will accommodate. Now, this is a victory for us, like I said, and what we need to do is have hundreds of people set up to get food from Sprouts and to get a mystery shopper to go shop for us so that we can show them how this is foolish and that they have to do what we need them to do. And at the same time, the gentleman who sent this one out didn't know that he was supposed to send it to the legislature in order to let the legislature see that they don't have the power and nobody else in government has the power to tell an entity to do something that we don't allow them to do. So they ended up doing all of this. And then I want you to see here that how they ended this thing is they left a not a signature, but something that said Sprouts legal team, and no attorney told it was them talking, which means they don't want it to be known that they got notice from us. Check it out. So guys, you see here at the bottom 3/4 of the way down the page in bold, Sprouts Farmers Market legal team, and they don't tell anybody or who it is. They don't give a name for anybody. So we understand, guys, that when they get real notice, they get afraid and they don't want to show who they are. They don't want to show that they got notice from you. Now look at March 25th. This is a guy named Christopher. David, did you see Governor lifted the mask mandate today? I'm sure you did, but in the event that you didn't, I just wanted to say thank you. I'm sure he was sick of getting served with affidavits. Well done, Patriot. Power to the people. See, guys, this is what happens when people are watching and they realize that you're giving awesome notice. The big time notices that we sent out, this is a gentleman who got a chance to see them and he knows that tons of people sent them out. What you will find in the latest updates is that the governor put out something acting as if he never, ever made a mandate in the first place. So in the new notice, it shows that the government, nobody in the government has power to do this. And now the governor is coming out as if he never, ever mandated anything and that this was only the local people doing what they wanted to do. But guys, we put people on blast and let them know they have no power over us. Now everybody's backpedaling. So I want you to keep an eye on that and realize that your notice is powerful. Your notice is strong. And this is how the people stand.